Yo, Michael.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's great to see Shanley and the youth and Chris. You know, all these youth, they started with us on this movement not too long ago. A couple of years, they called it I Can Learn More, and the hashtag came out. But we know it's just the same. It's the same core root, the same grassroots resistance that's going on for a long, long time. You know, we are the indigenous people of this land. Long ago, we were here for thousands of years. Long ago, we were here, and our grandmothers were the center of our governance. It wasn't until 1918 that women even got the right to vote in this land, in this zone, in this era. We have a better way. You know, 2,000 years ago, they had to be reminded to feed the poor. We're doing it naturally. We have a little Bannock lady. You know, she's not part of some program. She's just doing it with the goodness and the big heart. That's what we're about, that big heart and that love. You know, I've been thinking a lot more about Sundance this year and what it is to give that love. You know, for everybody, for everything that we hold dear. Yesterday, went to Aboriginal Day. How many went to Aboriginal Day with Billy Ray Cyrus and company? Did anybody get a little raise on them? A little bit? The Canadian Human Rights Museum was the many by photographs of Aboriginal Day. More than just a building in the background for thousands of people at that event. I look at that building and I think human rights, perfect. Genocide. You know, dismiss the talking points and looking through that political lens that spun out from the Prime Minister's office and the Hopper government and such. You know, look at the way things are naturally supposed to be. How are human beings naturally supposed to fit into the land, to be sustainable for tens of thousands of years? You know, political tampering with the rhythms of life, to impose a patriarchal hierarchy, causes these many sufferings, like residential schools, 60 schools, and all these terrible things. How is Canadian society today going to reconcile a patriarchal hierarchy way of life, like here, with the matriarchal circle way of life? Now, some of the darkest days of Europe was known as the Inquisition. You know, they victimized anybody to get all the resources and assets and push them away and marginalize them. It was a very cruel era. You know, the Jewish people were heavily targeted and such. You know, today, where am I? Our sufferings began at birth with the imposition of the Indian Act. The Crown came at peace and presented with these treaties. They came to us with treaties. So every time you start hearing talk about, oh, this treaty, that is, they'll get rid of them, say, no, you're the ones that presented us with treaties. You know, how dare you try to back out of that? How did Canadian society in 1871 reconcile the patriarchal hierarchy way of life with the matriarchal way of life? Here's what they did in 1871. They declared men are head of household. Their way of life should be. That's just wrong. That's this calculated destruction of our way of life. Removing our government, offering our government to impose theirs. That's what happened. That was the terms of surrender. They came to us in peaceful treaty. The Indian Act is the terms of surrender for all this, so they can get these resources and stuff. So the end game is like in France and Germany, where people are all crowded and choking and fighting for a last minute green earth. We have so much here that has to be protected. And we're doing it right here, the grassroots people. You know, there's not a lot of big programs coming out of the halls of governance on this. It's us that has to do that. And I was reminded of that.